Ladies and gentlemen, today we are looking at the Voyage of Despair new world record for 34 minutes and 48 seconds, done by Odin Ross, the man, the myth, the absolute legend. Now, the thing about Voyage of Despair is that, look at this, it's just like BO4. My man popped the freaking raindrops, and he's already hopping in here. Now, look at how crazy this is. Pops the level 3 specialist, which allows him to move faster, grabs the perk here for Danu to get time slip, and also has Winter's Wail. If you're not a big BO4 player, I feel like you might not always pick up on this. And as well, the previous world record at the top right was 34 minutes and 53 seconds by Freckleston, and he got it by 5 seconds here. He obviously is spinning for the Kraken, gets it third hit. That's pretty much all you need. He's also probably going to need to run the Helion Salvo and Homunculus here, but I'm going to be very interested to see how he continues to do this. He gets Bandolier as well from another free perk. Homunculus on the 4th hit. That is disgusting. All he needs now is Helion Salvo. What? In under a minute, he has every single thing he needs from the box. The Kraken, the Homunculus, and the Helion Salvo. That is absolutely insane, popping all these raindrops. Again, BO4, you can mod to get a bunch of infinite elixirs and talismans and all that. So it's interesting that running the chakrams and making you go faster here is the best way. Stone Cold Stronghold's probably not going to help him too much. Maybe in the boss fight it might. He's running Mule Kick as well, which is going to be interesting. And if you guys know, Voyage's first step is awful. It's a clock step. You have to basically align the minute hand and the hour hand in the correct way with the pressure gauges at the front of the ship, right where you're looking at right there, and at the bottom of the ship as well, which is just ridiculous. He got PhD Slider as an extra perk for Helion Salvo. I just realized he's not even running it. My man's running Death Perception as his Odin perk. Dude, you know what? Death Perception is making one of the biggest comebacks I've ever seen. People have been sleeping on this perk, and so Treyarch brought it back into Cold War, and now it's here. This man's also running the chakrams in every single instance, getting some good shield part spawns as well, so he can just run by and get it through. He's getting the pack punch up, and honestly, as much as I dog on this map, the Easter egg speedruns are very impressive, considering that the boss fight is also a 5-stage boss fight. I mean, that goes to show how crazy it is. So he drains the water, takes the teleporter, and now is hitting another raindrop's. Gonna grab this one at the lower grand staircase here. BO4 is one of those games where you actually want to learn all the areas of all the rooms if you're into this game. But because I know where all this is, I mean, without the names of the rooms, I feel like you would just never learn the layout of Voyage of Despair, in my opinion. It's kind of like how on Garad Crovey, you sort of need to know each and every single area to do the Easter egg. Like, you need to know Armory, Infirmary, Dragon Command, you know, all that. And so, man, this is so efficient. The fact that he was able to have the chakrams every single time he needs to runs out goes to show, like, BO4 was broken, man. They said that BO3 was broken, and that's why they added this perk system. Nah, this is broke, man. He also got Zombie Shell as one of his extra perks that allows him to slow down the zombie occasionally. Not too bad. Pack Punch is up, going for the immediate Kraken Pack Punch. Yeah, he can wait on the Helion Salvo just for now. I'm assuming my man is going to get Raw soon, because my man, I know stamina up is everything on BO4. You are so slow without it. Just the raindrop Easter egg, bro. Compared to 9, there's definitely not as many. Look at his name. I miss her. Oh, that's funny, man. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Okay, Aiden Ross, we get it, man. We get it. But the thing is now is that, so he's got one of the symbols done. He's got the chakrams up. He got Dying Wish as well. Dude, his extra perks are so lucky. And can you imagine when BO4 launched, you couldn't get one of those extra perks? Like, you could throughout the map, but not like with the elixirs, man. It's crazy. 4.5 minutes, and he's already almost done this first step, writing down all the steps. Yes, you can pause, write it all down. I mean, it's the easiest way. It's the only way. This is Voyage of Despair, baby. So he's got pretty good clock spawns as well. Got 3 out of 4 pretty much in a row right there, which is really, really rare. I find I usually struggle finding the clocks on this map. And if you have done this Easter egg, you know how rough it is. Like, you know it ain't easy. Yep. I knew he was going for the raw perk to get stamina up pretty much instantaneously. My man is going to get 1 more raindrops down, probably end the round here. He's got his 4th clock. He got really lucky with that. And yeah, you can see how much Nebulium plasma he has. What was that, like 1.5 billion or something? What the frick? What the frick was that? No, that was like 15 million, but still, that was insane, bro. So yeah, I mean, BO4 is modded, but the problem is there's no good, safe client to play this game on, unfortunately. Which is, it's really disappointing. Really disappointing, to be honest. So, he's putting all of the time stops in, which is just horrendous. Also, I love his time splits. The high no at the end. Nah, man. Like, listen, I want to react to all these BO4 world records because they're really rare, right? A lot of them have been pretty much hit to the max that they can be. But especially this one, because look how fast he's doing it. He did the minute and hour hand step right there. So the minutes you do on that side, the hours you do on the other. He's done. Wow, first step done. That's usually one of the hardest steps ever. I remember when this Easter egg was first getting solved, it took forever for people to figure that one out. And so now next step is pretty much getting every single elemental zombie or catalyst, as the BO4 lore gamers call them. And you have to basically get them at the correct electrical outlet on the map. I don't understand this zombies Easter egg. They could have done so much more, man. This map, while some may say it's good, I just think was just missed opportunities all at once, man. Also, the fast travel in this map is insane. This map also has probably some of my favorite side Easter eggs of all time. Like the one where you can fly around the map and go in the carriage. I mean, that was solved literally this year, pretty much. That was sick. I think it was at the end of last year. But, dude, that was one of the craziest side Easter eggs I've ever seen in COD Zombies. And it was on Voyage of Despair. Who would have thought? So, he's got Lightning here for his first elemental at 3rd class berths. So, that's going to be his first one to take out. Let's see if he gets lucky getting a Lightning. No, he gets a Poison. He gets a Water down there as well. Man, the Catalysts, I do not miss them. I know Jason Wendell has this obsession with, like, elemental zombies. But, man, oh, man, let me tell you, it's trash. Okay, so he has another electrical outlet right here for the water zombie. Gets a water zombie right in front of it. I mean, this is not world record gameplay for nothing, baby. Look at that. That is just insane. Yeah, you can already see that the first step in Voyage is all mechanical skill and game knowledge. And the second step is all RNG. Hoping that you get that right elemental when you need him at the right time. Crazy, but insane. Also, he's got the shield going up. It's wild that the shield is like the last thing he gets. He has a perkaholic, freaking every drop, max level specialist weapon. I mean, yeah, BO4 really took it into this like tower defense type area, I feel like, with the gameplay. And a lot of people did not enjoy that, including myself. Even though like the BO4 maps were some of the best we had ever seen. A lot of them are just too complicated for most people. And so now he's done water and lightning. He does need to do poison and fire at the other side of the ship. He got really lucky spawns as well with these 2 spots because they can be in a couple of different areas. So we'll have to see. It is wild how much he is absolutely spamming raindrops here. And like, to be honest, I just kind of like it when it was in BO3 at the Gobblegums machine. It doesn't make sense to me that like on spawn, you can literally start with the Chakrams, level 3 like he did, instantly get perks, instantly get everything you need. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And you can pop elixirs just like that. You don't need the machine. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, he got super lucky here getting the fire. Wow. That is very impressive. So he has the fire outlet here. I don't think he has the poison outlet up top here. It's probably going to be, or maybe he does. Maybe he does. And the thing about Voyage is that once you figure out this order, You have to actually go in each of those specific runes that are on the ground in an order. And the problem with that is that if they're in the wrong spots, it'll slow down your run, right? So you can see instantly how much RNG there is even just on this one step of Voyage of Despair. Step 2, by the way. Step 2. One of the hardest Easter eggs, but the boss fight is truly the reward for it at the end. Doesn't have a outlet there. See, I don't think he had poison at the top. I think he was just joking, bro. I think his poison's back here. That's why he's running here. Yep, that's what I knew it. Poison is right here. So, he's got a poison, so he just has to wait. And yeah, this step is pretty fun, though. And so, there's the poison limb. And he is ready to go. Poison is the first one. And yeah, basically all these are is mini lockdowns. So, the step in and of itself is real. Like, it's a cool idea. Like, make 4 teleporting runes to lock down on certain areas of the map. Pretty cool idea. This step was pretty good. The rest of the steps after this, though, I mean, what were they thinking? There's a step where you literally need a specific upgraded poison Kraken to shoot certain pipes. Why? Like, what were they thinking with this Easter egg? Like, I just don't get it, man. BO4 was genuinely just too ambitious for what it could have been. They should have just released 2 maps at launch. Not 4 because of Black Ops 4. What were they thinking, my gamers? I don't know. So there you go. First lockdown is done. He does need to pick up the Sentinel artifact, though, before he continues. He's got the chakrams out and ready to go. This is insane. Yep, coming in over to the next one here, which is water. And look where he is. He's in the water. Like, the idea is cool, and you give them, like, these elemental areas. I get it, man. I get it. But, man, like, this is probably, like, my favorite step out of the whole thing. The shooting planet step I really disliked. I feel like that should have been on a map like Dead of the Night, where just makes way more sense. I mean, there's literally an observatory in Dead of the Night to shoot, like, to look at the moon. Why is that step not on Dead of the Night? This map should have had steps where you're, like, saving civilians and doing, like, escorts. Like, Garage Trophy types level, you know? I feel like, honestly, if you tweak this map to, like, just a tiny tad bit, I feel like people would really like this map. Like, especially if you were to make it where you could go out on the water, too. It's just such a shame. You can't even go in the water on this map. Like, the boat is the whole map. Which, I mean, we thought that that would be a thing. But there would also, like, I remember when this map first came out, we thought that it would, like, split in half. And then there would be a portion in the middle where it was, like, a water section. Like, so much potential for this map. It would have been the first map that, like, ever moves and shifts and creates itself. Such a waste. Such a waste, in my opinion. I mean, I know people get upset at me that I always dog on BO4 on these videos, but I'm telling y'all, BO4 is a good Call of Duty Zombies game. It's just saddened that, like, so much was missed. It was good, but it wasn't great like BO3, right? So again, he's got really good luck here, getting everything. He's got refreshment all ready just to spawn in the chakrams. Like, yeah, that's kind of insane, like, how for BO4, once you hit this level of just elite payment status, pay to win right here, that's literally the only way on how you can do these speedruns much faster. That's so crazy to me. And so now he's doing this next area here. This area is so easy, though. Yeah, he's got Homunculus. He's got the Kraken. There is absolutely no worry. Usually you're on this step and you have like a freaking Spitfire. Like this little freaking SMG that shoots 5 billion rounds a second that has 0 ammo. Yeah, it's just not that good. Just not that good. And so I'm assuming he's going to wait until... I think he probably picked up the Poison Foot also for the Kraken upgrade. The upgrades on this map were pretty cool. I like that you literally just bought them from a buildable station. It just sucks that I never thought that the Kraken was good enough or looked cool enough to be the wonder weapon of the map. I know that, like, I even asked Blundell, like, when I was playing this map early, I was like, is this the wonder weapon? And he's like, yep. I was like, oh, that's something. That's something right there. Yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of disappointment with this map. Also, because, like, when I first played it, 150 health. You could get one hit by a Blightfather or a Tiger on 9. Just truly, what were they thinking type moments. Great free fire usage here as well. Like, again, this is BO4. I understand why people dislike this game. You can just spawn an infinite ammo. My man's got PhD. Lock on the boss zombies. Just spam it. The Helion Salvo, I think, could possibly be one of the greatest weapons in zombies ever. Not alone, like, it's the best BO4 zombies weapon without a doubt. But it could be one of the best like, Call of Duty Zombies weapons ever. Like, I think the only thing that really has a beat is, like, the Apothicon Servant. You know? That's saying a lot. So, the lockdowns are done. The Sentinel Artifact is now ready to go. And he's going to get his upgrade here. Crazy, you can just build it with just these things out. That is so strange. And yeah, so now he's going to do the step where he has to shoot the pipes. Why? There's like 13 spots. I mean, they're very obvious because it's like where the water spews. But like, imagine Easter egg hunters finding this step and being like, Treyarch, like, what were you thinking? Also, yeah, look at this. It's so hard to hit them. Very strange steps, man. So he teleports. I feel like he was about to die there. He's draining this area's water again because it unfortunately floods when you do the Sentinel Artifact lockdown. The raindrops is coming up. And yeah, so I'm curious to see how fast he does this planet step. Because if y'all have done this Easter egg, there's a step where you have to shoot every single planet in our solar system. I'm not even joking. In order. In a specific order. Ah, so I see he went to the other side to actually activate the, wow, to activate the water. Because that's the only way that you can pack a bunch of the Sentinel Artifact here, which is part of the Easter egg. And then now he's going to go and pack a bunch of the Helion Salvo. Get that going. He's also popping the Welling to King and Country. That is an interesting play. I wonder why he's doing this. Maybe just a wave clear. Also, now he's activating the runes around the map that you need for the planet step. You have to do this all in a specific order. And once you shoot the planets, you have to go in a specific area in the map to then activate that area. So that area that he just hit was Neptune because he was by the water. And then he has to... Oh, it's just... This step really aggravated me. When I saw this on an Easter egg tutorial for the first time, I was like... Is y'all for real? Like, they were like, let's add the Titanic and add nothing iconic about the Titanic with it. Like, you can imagine how disappointed I was with this map, bruh. Like, really cool concepts. Like, this Easter egg is not even that bad, like I said. It would have been so much more cooler if this Easter egg was on Dead of the Night, I think. Dead of the Night deserved an Easter egg like this, where you're shooting planets and stuff. Like, that would have been sick on that map. Also, because it's way smaller than Voyage of Despair. And Dead of the Night has way more outside area than Voyage. It just would have been way better. Like, look at that Blightfather. He's just on some random floor of the ship. Like, what the heck is going on in this map? Crazy. And so here's his planets. So he's got Neptune, Jupiter, Uranus, and he's writing them down. He's like, boy, Mars, moon on the moon. He's got Saturn. Yep. This is what I'm saying. Jason Modell wants us learning up here. Mercury. Or sorry, that was Venus and then Mercury. Yeah, Mercury's purple. What a weird sign. Just Jason Modell. We gotta talk, man. We gotta talk about this. Because like, I like what you were thinking, but it just wasn't for this map, man. This map needed, like, all the NPCs. So there he shot Neptune. He's going to get that one first. That was his first one. Yeah, and so Neptune is literally a planet that's in the water for some reason. They don't ever explain that. They're just like, shoot this planet, Neptune, that's in the water. Like, I get it. It's the Neptune god. He's the water planet. But why they got to do that? And then you have to pick up the orb as well that's associated with it. It is absolutely insane. Then next is Jupiter. He's going to shoot 2 planets at once with the Kraken. That's so freaking inaccurate. That is insane. Wow. And so there he is. He gets 2 of them at once. Wow. Maybe this is what bought him the 5 seconds. Is just the planet. It's because this is the thing. There's 2 steps with huge RNG. One is the lockdown step with the plugs. And another is this one with the planets. And so honestly, yeah, like... You could probably speedrun this Easter egg a million times, and you wouldn't even get the 2 most optimal routes for these 2 RNGs. And you'd have to do it perfect for both of the steps. There's just no shot. Like, that's why I do think that this could be beaten, but you would have to literally give up your entire life to get the best RNG for this. I would love to see a patched RNG run of Voyage of Despair. Like, just perfect RNG. The thing is, though, there's no modded client for this game. So I don't know if that's even possible, right? And that's kind of the biggest issue with BO4 is that it's kind of a dying game because it's the last... One of the last COD Zombies games, apart from Cold War, if we don't count Vanguard, that doesn't have a modded client. Also, he's just getting some incredible swans here. So he just picked up the orb for the moon. Now he's going to pick up the orb. I believe this one's for Venus. And then, yeah, the sun is the last planet. So he's got the Mercury and the sun. He just did them both right there. Wow. And yeah, Mercury's a really easy spot because it's literally just right here. Wow. So, honestly, he makes the planet step look easy because he shoots the multiple planets at a time. But, like, the thing is that the planets there don't last forever. So, he's doing this in a perfectly timed regimen. This is really impressive. And so, there's Mercury right under the one where he gets the sun because the sun is right up here. And now, how is he going to get through these icebergs? He doesn't have a specialist weapon. He's using the welling. Wow, it's the best weapon. I had no idea. Look at that. That's what it was for. Pops the free fire. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now this is different because usually what people do is they wait until they get their specialist weapon. Wow. That is very, very, very impressive because he's just zooming through it. He gets a max ammo from the iceberg because they know you're going to be wasting a ton of ammo. Wow. And, yeah, he gets to skip 2 of the icebergs because you can literally just long range the final iceberg, which completes the step, which is insane. He's able to do it with the Helion and lives. Wow, wow, wow. Buys his shield to get another one. And, dude, he's into the boss fight at 22 minutes. And that goes to show how difficult this boss fight is. This is a 13-minute boss fight. It's almost half of the Easter egg up until this point. So it's a third of the total Easter egg. That is crazy. Swims up to it, grabs it. This was really cool. I did like this cutscene for the egg. This was really something special. This was probably one of the coolest things from BO4. Just this shot right here. Coolest things from Zombies. I love this shot for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe think of like movies like Made It Into the Abyss or Into the Core, or I think it's just called The Abyss actually. This is really, really cool. Yeah, no way you can skip that. So just a little cutscene. And now the Eye of Odin boss fight is here. Again, they could have just made this a one-phase boss fight, but they made it difficult. And I'm going to be honest, if you don't have Helion Salvo or Homunculus for this Easter egg, don't even try and do the boss fight. Like, you literally need them for the boss fight. So the iceberg flies up. Who would have known that the Eye of Odin was inside the iceberg? The iceberg was the enemy all along. It was the Spider-Man Across the Spideyverse canon event that we needed. And so, yeah, literally all that we're doing here is just waiting. He's just waiting for the boss to spawn. I mean, Voyage was cinematic. I'll give you that. It was cinematic. They tried to make this boss really cool. I mean, I'm going to be honest. The first couple bosses, like even the Blood of the Dead boss, even though it's just bigger Brutus, I like the BO4 bosses. They're some of the most unique, some of the most characterized bosses we've ever seen in COD Zombies. And so he's in first phase now. He has to make sure to pick up Carpenters to repair his shield and max ammos. And this phase is very easy. It's just survive the zombies. Survive everything. The Odin, he'll throw some attacks at you. He'll look at you. He'll give you that mean eye. But he's not going to do anything. Yeah, he's not going to do anything until the third phase. The third phase is when you can start attacking him. And that is when he's going to start using the Helion Salvo. But for right now, it's just the Acid Kraken. And it's a low enough round here on round 13 that the Acid Kraken is going to be good enough. The Acid Kraken, I believe, is one of the worst variants of the Kraken as well. The best variant is either the Ice or the Lightning. But Acid here is going to be good enough to do the job. The Acid just pretty much acts like the original version, right? So, I mean, the Kraken, I just wish it was stylized a little bit better. Added some a little bit more color. You know, like it's kind of weird that like the only way to denote the element, honestly, more is on the bottom right weapon icon image than the actual weapon itself. You know, like how is that more green than the actual weapon? I don't know about all that, bruh. Because I mean, this weapon could have looked way cooler than it is. Like the design of it's pretty cool, but I'm just talking about like the colors of it and all that. So yeah, he's just taking out the Stokers, taking out all the zombies. My man's doing a good job, doing everything he needs to do. And yeah, there's again no way you can hold or speed this up other than yeah, just shoot the Blightfather with the Helion, take them out. And then phase 2 is pretty much the same thing as this. It's just in the bottom area of the map. And again, no way to speed this up. It's interesting that nobody has even found a glitch to be able to speed this up. Because man, if you could skip to the 5th phase of the boss fight, that would be really interesting. So phase 1 is done. Picks up the max ammo and Carpenter. And honestly, this was a very, very good run. I would say it's like close to flawless. Again, like I said, it's those 2 RNG steps that you need absolute perfect RNG for the lockdown step in the orders, and then for the planets in order. That like I feel like that's what bought him the 5-second advantage here over Freckleston, who was holding the world record prior. But dude, this is really crazy. So yeah, this area, a lot of variated spawns because they can come from the upstairs, they can come from the middle floor, they can come from the bottom floor, they can come from wherever, bruh. This boiler room or the engine room here is just not a good place to be, for sure. One of those areas in Zombies that I don't think was really that memorable either. Because, I mean, just look at it. It's a room of engines that you don't even use for the Easter egg. Okay, you do the gauges, but there's nothing like with the engine that actually activates or anything, you know? I like when Easter eggs like utilize the map more. This one I feel like was super rushed. That's the thing with Zombies, is like so much development can be put into just one Zombies map. It is absolutely ridiculous. And so the fact that they were trying to advertise and market 4 at once, like, it's honestly a miracle that they even pulled this off. For real. I'm gonna be for real. But like, still, it doesn't mean that it's any better than it is. I think that's the moral takeaway. Like, bro, I log into Twitter. Oh my gosh, y'all. I log into Twitter every single time I see someone quote retweet where it's like, post a video game that shouldn't have gotten as much hate as it did. And every single time it's Black Ops 4. Like, sure, I like the BO4 MP. Sure, it wasn't as great. Like, Blackout was fun and all that. Zombies was fun here and there. But man, oh man, it deserved the hate it got at launch. Like, Call of Duty thought that they could upload 4 quality zombie maps and get away with it, and then have a rich DLC cycle. I mean, this game was supposed to have 2 season passes, but then it never did, man. Right? Crazy to think that. Like, this was... I sometimes think this was the game that we were supposed to be playing for, like, 10 plus years. Really insane to think, like, what would have happened if that actually would have ended up becoming a reality, right? But it goes to show that, like, not all ideas in zombies are iconic. I feel like it's kind of like a similar issue that Marvel's having right now, where it's like, not all superheroes are iconic, right? Like, everybody loves Spider-Man, but does Spider-Man get the same love that Thor does, or Captain America even? I don't know. I don't know. I think Spider-Man has the most love out of all the heroes in the Marvel Universe, for sure. But, like, I'm just talking about, like, the new stuff that they're adding, too. Like, I can't even name you half the stuff that they're trying to do in 2023. I'm glad, though. I think that superhero movies were a good time, but it's time to freaking move on. Like, there's good movies that come out still that are superhero movies. Like, okay, the new Spider-Man was phenomenal, right? But to be honest, I don't really care about many of the other Marvel characters, to be honest. Like, Spider-Man's the only one I really care about. And I think that's solely because of how good of a job Sam Raimi did, like, in the early 2000s with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That was something else. So phase 2 is done. He's into phase 3 now. He's got the Helion Salvo, and again, he just needs to spam take him out here. And he's letting himself get frozen here. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter because you can't damage him when he first shows that he's up here. This is probably one of the most unique phases of the boss fight because you're in a hall room and you're locked in here. And he's just throwing the homunculus so he can buy time to get the Helion Salvo out. Interesting, he doesn't even have to shoot the eye itself. He can just shoot the ground. So he can just sit up here to go as fast as he physically can here. Really interesting. So he's going to throw that homunculus. And then I'm assuming he's also probably going to pop his elixir here to get more homunculuses later on. Because he's going to need to buy more time. But yeah, this phase is really insane. Next phase is up here. Going in. The freeze frames this map had was so funny. Is he done phase 3? He's done phase 3. Wow, phase 3 is usually much longer than that, but that was the fastest phase I've ever seen. Phase 4 here is just the same thing, but he's just more farther out on the ship. And you have to survive these little, like, ice tornadoes that are in the map. He's a little fractured eye now. Some freaking laser eye, surgeon eye, bruh. Some Final Destination type eye, bro. No, I can't be thinking about that. Bro, that movie gave me nightmares, man. I can't even talk about that. Okay, so, yeah, he's going to shoot the laser. Lock on here. Dude, Stone Cold, I was wrong, actually came through. He is able to survive so many more hits because of Stone Cold. Like, all of his perks are phenomenal. Also, he has Dying Wish, so if he ever gets fully down to 0 HP, he'll live. Wow. Okay, I'm really impressed with this run. But the thing is, though, is that I cannot imagine the amount of RNG there is. Like, sure, it's not moon RNG, but it is a lot of luck that you need to be able to get these steps right. To be able to get all 3 weapons out of the box, Homunculus, Helion Salvo, Kraken, to get the right perks, the right steps on the lock. Like, what? How? This is insane. And here's the final step. So this is where you can see how, yeah, I was right. If you look at his time splits on the top right, he was massively ahead before he even entered into the boss fight. And I think it was solely because of the routes that he had. He had some really good routes, really good spawns for everything too this game. Nothing I could have seen in this game was out of his way by any means. He's got the homunculus ready. He's using the Kraken with 2 shots, then 2 shots of the Helion Salvo. Very interesting to use this, because usually you just want to spam your Helion here, but this man's going to be able to do it with the homunculus. Then he's going to be able to grab a max ammo, and potentially even pop his raindrops. He's got this in the bag. This is insane. 2 shots of the Acid Kraken, then 2 shots of the Helion, and that is literally all you need. Wow, 2 shots only of the Acid Kraken to stop his laser effect? Wow, I did not know that that Kraken was that good against him. That is crazy. And so he just needs to do one more final damage phase here, and he will be able to get this boss super easily. Really crazy. Wow. I'm just so impressed by this because he is able to figure out this final phase of the boss fight in such a precise way. Like 2 shots and then 2 shots. It goes to show, like, weapons are everything for the Z-Strike. You absolutely need them. He's going to do one more lockdown phase here. And then, yep, pops the raindrops for another max ammo. Gets everything here. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. Gets the homunculus so he doesn't even have to worry about the zombies. Insane, man. Insane, insane. Usually this is so much more harder because you're having to dodge him. But the fact that he's staying on the very front of the poop deck here, he's able to actually manage to hold the boss at this point in the fight. Because he can teleport all around on the shift on this deck here. Wow. He also gets frozen here, but he's all right. And that is time. 34 minutes, 48 seconds. Aiden Ross. This might be the only thing I'm ever congratulating you for because it's Aiden Ross. But no, yet again, shout out to you. That is crazy. He's got the freaking Call of the Dead frozen filter on this. Incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, check out this man. I'm liking, I'm subbing. Y'all got to as well, but it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again so much, and I'll see y'all in that next one, baby.